Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart, sitting here just above 63 cents. It was another green day for XRP. But I gotta tell you all something. You know what I'm tired of? People sending me screenshots of this meme coin or that meme coin sitting 30-40% up. And then in the same sentence saying, look at, this is up and XRP barely moved. If you don't have what it takes to hold a cryptocurrency like XRP, then just sell it. There's no reason to try to get other people to sell XRP. Most of the people that are holding this cryptocurrency, they know exactly what they're holding. And honestly, right now should be a very exciting time in crypto as we're getting so close now. You know, we see more green days than red days for XRP. Sure, we get the occasional pullback because XRP is moving with the rest of the market right now. Look at Bitcoin. If you look at the chart on Bitcoin and the chart on XRP, they're almost identical. And today is the day that everybody's saying Bitcoin is going to achieve a new all-time high. Let's wait and see what happens around that. But you know, everybody says, how could you stay so positive when the price is going sideways? It's easy. I know what I hold. And, you know, I want to keep you positive at the same time. I know people that I talk to on a daily basis that are also holding XRP. And sometimes when it's plummeting down, they'll message me or whatever and say, why is this cryptocurrency dumping out? And I always reassure them, it's just a pullback. You will get through it. Then we get to the excitement later. And I tell you all the same thing as well. Because I want to keep you positive throughout your day. I want to reassure you on what you're holding. And if that helps you get through your day, then so be it. I will do it every single day for all of you. Morgan Stanley, cryptocurrencies will disrupt global financial system in 2024. And you know, when you're holding a cryptocurrency like XRP and Morgan Stanley and Bank of America, the BIS, the IMF, they're telling you on a daily basis that this year is going to be very big for crypto. And we're going to start to see all this disruption happen in the financial system. You need to pay attention. If you want to get rich, you put your money in the same places that all the big banks are looking at. Even the elites are looking at XRP and Ripple as well. You're invested with them, meaning that you will get rich. Not for retail, big money. You see here, as the comment from the German stock exchange executive suggests, this new regulated crypto stock exchange will ask small individual investors to look elsewhere. In fact, you will have to be one of the most extremely wealthy institutional investors to be able to benefit from it. And they're always telling you, they want you out. And it's because we are noise to them. And I see that noise all over X on a daily basis. You know, you got to stop acting like a retail investor and start investing like an institutional investor. Look at the way they invest. You don't hear them complaining when the price moves up and down. No, you don't hear anything from them at all, except when they're warning you on what comes next. And if you position yourself right, you could be the next institutional investor in the future because you could become part of the new 1%. The court issued an order canceling the trial, the Fed's management of access to a master account. Now, this has to do with Custodia Bank, which has positioned itself as a crypto-friendly bank, filed its application for a master account in October of 2020. The bank argued that having direct access to the Federal Reserve rather than going through intermediary banks would allow it to reduce cost and enhance its digital asset strategy. thereby introducing new financial service products and creating a bridge between digital assets and the US dollar payment system. However, the Federal Reserve has been hesitant to approve Custodia's application, citing concerns over novel risk associated with granting such access, despite a typical review timeline for master account applications being 5 to 7 days. Custodia's application has faced delays, leading the bank to file a lawsuit alleging unlawful delay under the Administrative Procedures Act. In November, the court ruled in favor of Custodia, stating that it had made a plausible claim of unreasonable delay against the board and the Kansas City Fed, thus denying the Fed's motion to dismiss the case. This ruling marked a significant victory for Custodia, allowing it to continue its legal challenge. So it looks like what the Fed did here is exactly what Gary Gensler's always doing. Delay after delay. Anything that has to do with crypto, digital assets here in the United States, it's gonna get delayed time and time again. And while they're delaying everything, they're holding back innovation, and they're holding back the United States as a whole. I mean, they're just holding us back altogether. It's the same reason why I'm always telling you to hold on to your XRP. Because if they have their way, once regulations come, they're going to try to make sure retail is out of this cryptocurrency. Wait and see. Opportunities are profoundly large. Zoom out for a minute. XRP is not a security. Facts. Take a listen to Brad Garlinghouse. This should brighten your day.
Ripple sales pitch for a minute. We started with really our only customers were financial institutions. That's starting to expand into SMEs and corporates, and that's going to grow that opportunity. And as that opportunity grows and volumes grow, that drives liquidity. These are all good things for the XRP ecosystem, and again, I think for crypto overall. It's going to thrive, by the way. It just may not thrive as quickly in the United States. It is thriving in Dubai. It is thriving in London. It is thriving in Switzerland. So look, the opportunity, not just for Ripple, but the opportunity for the industry remains just profoundly large. And I think eventually the US will get there. If you zoom out far enough, this industry's only been around 10 or 12 years. If you zoom out far enough, I think 10 years from now, we won't be having this conversation, and the US will absolutely be one of the leaders in this space. In the meantime, the Dubais of the world are getting ahead, and I think that's fabulous.
Pretty much, Brad is telling you exactly what I said. The US is getting left behind. However, I think now the US is starting to catch up with the rest of the world. They're starting to fast track stablecoin regulations. Soon after will come crypto regulations. And then before you know it, we will have mass adoption of crypto here in the US as well. I don't think we're even close to 10 years away. I think it's going to happen over the next couple of years. But I think this year is going to be very big. I think once we get regulations in place, things will move very fast in the US. And I think that's coming in the coming months is what I'm saying. I set an offer to buy XRP at 20 cents and some at 12 cents each, just in case. Now, if you go back to the Riddlers and you believe everything that they ever said and people's predictions of the past, I always like to tell you, prepare for anything, but I'm expecting this not to happen. XRP will hit 9 cents. After that, XRP will hit $28 and even $100. Then banks will drop it to 5 cents before unleashing the secret ledger and sending it up to $1,000. Trust me. Whenever they talk about the private ledger and the public ledger, David Schwartz cleared that up along the way. And, he said there's not two prices for XRP. But people still think that's not true. But David said it time and time again. But people are still expecting that major crash to happen before we take off. So what I did was I set up a buy order at 20 cents on XRP. If it happens, great. I'm going to buy a shit ton of XRP. If it doesn't happen and we continue upward, great. And I'm still going to be happy at the end of the day. because I would rather see XRP just take off from where it's sitting right now and make us all rich. However, I do believe that they're going to have one final shakeout at some point. When is that going to happen? Nobody really knows. Wow, world bridge currency. Now, a lot of people said to me, what is a world's bridge currency? And I think the reason for that is because I always talk in my videos like I'm talking to people that have been in crypto for years. And I talk about world bridge currency a lot because I always thought of XRP as being just that, not a world's reserve currency, not replacing the US dollar. But a world bridge currency is the term used to describe a digital or fiat currency that serves as a medium when different nations or institutions are making financial transactions. For example, Saudi Arabia, whose national currency is the rial, will use the US dollar when selling oil to foreign countries like China. This means that the USD is the bridge currency between the rial and the yuan, China's currency. The purpose of a bridge currency is to facilitate seamless transactions across different ecosystems with minimal bottlenecks. It acts as a global connector, reducing the friction and efficiencies associated with cross-border trade and finance. Ripple is leveraging its native token, XRP, to play a similar role in the world. In other words, now that we see the BRICS, which China is part of, breaking away from the US dollar, they're going to want some other bridge currency in between. And that's why a lot of people say the BRICS are going to choose to work with Ripple and XRP, because that's what makes sense. Because RippleNet is an alternative to SWIFT, and XRP is an alternative to the US dollar. So it would make sense for the BRICS to use it. XRP can be seen as a trust layer in between two currencies. That's what makes it a bridge currency. If adopted by central banks, XRP could potentially lead to increased liquidity in the cross-border payments market as more financial institutions and central banks use XRP as a bridge currency. It could create a network effect. Now, what's going on is there's a lot of banks out there in the world, and every once in a while we get a headline from Ripple that they're now partnering up with this bank or that bank. But then you also got to look beyond that. You got to look at Ripple's partners also putting rails in place all around the world at the same time. So when people say, why is the price of XRP not moving when we get all these big announcements? It's because not all the rails are connected yet. So they can't send a train down the rails to derail because they run out of track. The rails got to keep flowing back and forth all around the world. Once that starts to happen, that's when we'll see XRP, the train, rise in value. And that will happen over time. But that's why when you see announcement after announcement, no price movement, we're not quite there yet. That's what that actually means. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's alarming statement from today: there will be bank failures. Like I've been saying all along, this is coming, and it's happening by design. Take a listen.
Sure, there will be bank failures, but this is not the big banks. If you look at the very big banks, it's not a first-order issue for any of the very large banks. It's more, smaller and medium-sized banks that have these issues. We're working with them. We're getting through it. I think it's manageable is the word I would use, but it's a very active thing for us and the other regulators, and it will be for some time.
So not a big deal. It's just the small and medium-sized banks that'll collapse out, according to Jerome Pal. But what if that's your bank? Then what happens to your money? And you know why it's manageable? Because they're already set up for the bigger banks to swallow up all these smaller and medium-sized banks, because it's happening by design. And as the banks continue to fail and they get swallowed up by the bigger banks, it's going to be easier for them to roll out their CBDC. I told you that is the end game. And I've been saying this ever since 2022. But people in the comments section say, come on, Rich, you're totally wrong. Well, there you got it. Jerome Pal's telling you exactly what I've been saying every single time, because nothing's changed since then. It's all part of the Great Reset. But you know, we're XRP investors, so no matter how this all plays out, we are going to get rich in the end. And all you got to do is stay patient, sit back, and watch it happen. And that's where we are right now. And you know, I stay patient along the way because I learned patience over time. And I'm probably one of the most patient people you would ever meet at this point. I have patience for everything now, thanks to crypto. But you know, it is an exciting time ahead. And you know, if I could get you to that point, that's what it's all about for me. But until it all happens, you got to stay patient, stay positive, so we could all get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.